Good morning, students. Let us begin the chapter where we left, where the Douglas he was attracted by the games of the water, and he also wanted to enjoy those games, and for which he began learning the swimming and also overcoming his old fear that he had in childhood. He began his swim, and for that he hired a instructor. Now the role of an instructor. The instructor made Douglas practice 5 days a week, an hour each day. He put a belt around the Douglas and a rope was attracted to the belt. The rope went through the pulley and he was made to go back and forth across the pool. Then the instructor taught him how to exhale and inhale. Thus, piece by piece, the instructor built Douglas a swimmer. He remained with Douglas for about 6 months, and when he felt that Douglas was able to swim all by himself, his work was done. Now, if we talk about the role of the instructor, as we have read in the chapter, Douglas he feared the water, and he wanted to learn the swim. He wanted to enjoy the water games, and for that he need to learn the swim. And for swimming, he need to overcome his fear from the water. Now, as a role of instructor, he could only guide him. He could only make him practice. But what is important is how deeply the Douglas take an initiative to enact, to do, and to learn the swim. So instructor, however, made his best to make the Douglas practice. He tied a belt and he made the Douglas to go back and forth across the pool, and that way he taught him to inhale, exhale, each and every things bit by bit. He taught the Douglas, and Douglas for 6 months he continually he learned it, and that made the Douglas. He felt when Douglas is able to swim, he felt that now he is able to swim. So he is up with his instructor is up with his work. Now the confidence gained. Though Douglas was able to swim the length of the pool up and down, he was not sure that the old fear had left him completely. So he, however, was able to overcome it and it reappeared. Then he went to lake, went forth in New Hampshire. He dived off the dock of the Triggs Island and he swam 2 miles across the lake to Stamp Act Island. He used all strokes he knew, and only once the terror returned, but the Douglas was able to overcome it at once. Now, see, after learning his swim, he wanted to gain the confidence. He wanted to see whether he is able to get away from the fear of a water or not. So he went to New Hampshire in a lake, that is, and he tried to swim across, and he did. Once he says the terror does come, but he overcame it with his confidence, with his determination, and he was able to win the victory over the fear that he had. He wanted to still test himself, so Douglas went to Warm Lake, and there he swam across the other shore back, and the terror did reappear. Douglas gave out a cry of victory. Now again he wanted to have the look, so he went to the Warm Lake, where he again had the test of his terror, whether he's afraid. So the moment the terror reappeared, he shouted and he cried that he's won over the determination he showed, and it is meaningful experience. His terror of water and his conquest of it gave him an insight into the meaning of life and death. He had experienced the fear of death as well as the sensation of dying. He felt their peace in death, and so he lived more intensely. In reality, the author put a deep meaning for all of us. Only those who have encountered a stark terror and conquered it can appreciate it. It stresses the point that man must encounter all obstacles or terrors in his life with strong determination, and the success will crown him in the end. And this story is, in fact, it is revealing the fact of Douglas, that those who has really experienced, those who has really, that is, he who has an encounter with the death, the way the this Douglas had of drowning into the water, and that has deeply rooted into his heart, and because of which he was scared of swimming, and he was scared of enjoying the this water games. So this encounter is was an obstacle, but because of his determination and strong will, he was able to overcome this fear. And this is what the author, the Douglas, is trying to teach us through this chapter, through this, that is, one should have determination, one to overcome his obstacle in the life. And determination and hard work can only give you the success in the life. Thank you, students.